Hello, Christina. How are you? I will. It's been a nice day here. Thank you. Yes, in Thailand until Monday, and then I'm going to Philippines. We're about 7 hours northeast of Bangkok at the moment. We are leaving here tomorrow morning, or tomorrow lunchtime, back to Bangkok. And then my friend is staying for 9 days. And I'm going to Philippines on Monday. Yes. It's been good. I still prefer the Philippines though, because everyone speaks English in the Philippines. Thank you. Hello, 9 viewers. Say hello. 13 viewers. Say hello. Don't be shy. Give it a like. We can chat about anything. J. Kim Rankin. How are you, mate? Thank you, Christina. Yeah, as I said, I'm flying out Monday, so I'll be in the Philippines on Monday afternoon. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Where are you from? No, I'm with my friend. He come to buy a house for him and his girlfriend, and I just tagged along for 2 weeks. But my last week, I'm going to Manila. The USA. Cool. I love the USA. I was born and raised in Australia, but I think I'm more patriotic to the USA. I've only ever been there twice, but I still prefer it to Australia. Bye. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I never got to Florida. My 2 times I went was 8 years ago before I got divorced. I went to LA and Las Vegas with the same friend I'm with now, and then last year I went to the USA, just to LA with my son. Hello, Ang Summerlin. I always wanted to drive trucks in the USA. I've driven trucks in Australia for 30 plus years. No, my son, he's only 14. He lives with me in Australia full time. I wish he was living in the USA because then I could go visit him. Lucy. Is it Lucy or Lucky? Lucy. I can't read. What part of Australia? I'm from South Australia, but currently in Thailand. I'm just sitting outside the motel room having coffee and a vape because it's illegal to vape here in public. It's worse than Australia. Okay. I don't watch many. I think I've only ever watched one or two Australian YouTubers. Most of my friends are from the Philippines. They're the ones I watch. I'm actually going to Manila to catch up with 3 of them. Okay. Where are you at the moment? Cebu. Yeah, I've flown into Cebu a couple of times to go to Bohol, but I've never actually stayed in Cebu. Usually fly Singapore from Australia to Singapore, Singapore to Cebu, and then get the ferry across to Bohol. And the only reason why I do Singapore is because it leaves direct from Adelaide and goes straight to Singapore. If I go another, like Qantas or something like that, it goes from Adelaide to Melbourne or Sydney or Brisbane, and then it goes to Manila, and then you got to get on a flight from Manila to Cebu. It's like, Manila to Bohol. It is if you don't stay in Alona, because Alona is so expensive. And whenever I go there, I try not to go to Alona. Yeah, Chocolate Hills, very nice. Those river cruises, I haven't been on one yet, but next time I go back, I'll go on one. I don't know if I've got any videos on my channel of Chocolate Hills. I can't remember whether I put any up or not. I might have to look at that and see if I did or not. It's all good. Some days I'll have like 5 or 6 people on here, and some days I'll only have one. So I gotta try and do more watch hours, because I got subscribers. I just need the watch hours now. That's the hardest part, is getting the watch hours. There you go, buddy. Yeah, long time no see, mate. I'm enjoying Thailand, but I'll enjoy Philippines next week more when I get there. Thailand's a nice place. It's just hard to communicate with people because they don't speak pretty much any English at all. And if you don't have service on your phone, you can't Google Translate. So even asking for a simple coffee it can take 10 minutes just to ask for a coffee, to try and figure out what they want. Glitch. Hello, Glitch. I'm bored of yous. No. Oh, it's wonderful, Vegas. I guess you know what it's like. It's good when you climax together. Yeah, but you gotta have service. Like, if you don't have any Wi-Fi, it's just absolute crap. Uh, I used to, out in a boat, but I'm not really that much into it at the moment. I mean, it's a good thing to go and just sit there by yourself and throw a rod in somewhere. It's good for the mind. Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, I live close to the water, but don't go fishing. Usually when I'm home, I don't have time because I'm always fucking working. I don't have a boat. Which one you talking about, Vegas? How you going, Barry? Hey, Queensland. Queensland in the building. Yeah, I think it's about 7 hours northeast of Bangkok I am. Yeah, I know what you meant, Vegas. I was just wondering which one you were talking about. Yeah. I'm actually I wasn't gonna stop. I was gonna stay here for 2 weeks and then just fly home, and then I went, nah, fuck it. I like the Philippines. Philippines is a beautiful place. You just gotta mix with the right people. You don't mix with the right people, it can be a shit time. Isn't that right, Vegas? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting out to see them out at Bohol. Yeah, my friends at Bohol, I'm not going to get there this trip. Sorry to hear, Barry. But he's been sick for a while, hasn't he? Did you hear about that big fire in Bangkok at one of those bars? Like 27 people died, burnt to death. Hello, Amy. I'm good. Just relaxing for the last day here in the countryside, and then tomorrow we drive back to Bangkok. Stay there. I'm staying there for 2 nights, and then my mate's staying for another 7 after that. My view right now, not much. This is my view. And that's what I'm riding. CB 500. Oh yeah. If I stand up, that's sort of what the view is around here. Not much to see here. The main road's just out there. No. It's only a one-bedroom kind of place here. When I get to the Philippines, I'll be on I think it's the 27th floor. 25th or 27th, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I'll do some lives from that balcony when I'm there. Yeah, my mate, well, you know John, he's ended up going to move here when he retires, so he bought a house for him and his girlfriend, and he bought 3 motorbikes. That's one of them. He bought a Forza scooter, which is just as quick as that thing, and a little click scooter. No, usually it's pretty good. It's not too bad over in there. I mean, it depends on where you go. So the quality of buildings, and if you look at it, with the amount of earthquakes they've had, that a lot of the buildings are still standing. So even with the big one they had earlier on in just below Mindanao, and that took down a complete building of Jollibees and a couple of other big buildings, but a lot of the buildings, they stayed structural. So yeah, exactly. Mustafa, hello, how are you, mate? I think it's more of when they have the cyclones, and most of their buildings are only made out of bamboo and stuff like that, so they lose half of their house. Wow, I experienced one in December last year, and it wasn't a nice feeling. I was in the Philippines and I was laying in bed, just watching in the aircon, watching my phone. The next minute I felt like, I'm thinking, what the hell is that? I thought, is my head going crazy or what? And then I stood up and I was still doing it. And yeah, it was an earthquake. It's not the best feeling, but it's over in a matter of friggin' 15 seconds. Yeah, exactly. That's what it felt like. One of those shaking boards that you stand on. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I'll give Thailand I drive trucks, mate. I'll give Thailand credit. Their roads are pretty good. Like they're 2, 3 lane either side, like a freeway all the way through to the country. It's actually really good. Yes, I've seen Mist in between. Oh, okay. Didn't hear about that one, but then again, I'm not really on the news. .7. It wouldn't have been that big though. From Australia, mate. Oh, it's not bad, but I don't know. It's an Australian show. They try and make it good, but eh. I don't understand what you're saying, mate. Yeah, exactly. Like it is a free for all. Like, I was riding that bike. I think it's probably about a 20-minute ride from here to the village. Hi, Miss Janice. Yeah, I was riding the bike to the village, and I was doing like 130. There's no real speed limit here. I mean, there is a speed limit of 120, but there's not that many coppers out here. From Turkey. Okay. Nah, not really. You have to do something really, really bad for the cops to pull you over. Like, not wear a helmet. It's a law. You got to wear a helmet. You've got to have your driver's license on you. Yeah, sometimes. Australia is. Yeah, well, I mean, if you ever see these, I'll post it. I'm going to do a video when I get home. I took some video of, like, the drive to the country. So, yeah, I'll put up a little video of that. And I'll do one going back to Bangkok tomorrow. Where are you from, Rust? It's okay, just as a cruising bike. Like if you're sitting on about 110, 120, it's okay. Go any faster than that, it's just screaming at you. Yeah, just be careful if you're riding a bike, especially in Sydney, mate. Too many freaking idiots out there. Yeah, I only had shorts and t-shirt and thongs on, so I wasn't going to go any faster than 130. Nah. It doesn't matter in Australia because you can't fucking do it. Hi, Rose. How are you, Rose? Thank you for passing by and giving a like. Yeah, they just don't look, mate. That's the problem with them. That's why I don't ride a bike in Australia. That's why I sold my bike, because there's too many fucking idiots on the road. Well, most motorists don't have fucking brains. They're just too focused on what they're looking at. Like their screen. Yeah, there's a lot of gold mines there. Anyone certified to say it, mate. They're fucking idiots, car drivers. You don't have to be a truck driver. But I'll tell you one thing, motorbikes can be just as fucking bad. And I know because I used to be one of those riders. Might have to have an afternoon nap. This time it's 3:41. Yeah, well, I've still got another, what, probably 5 weeks before I'm back working. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know how long I'll be driving trucks for, because a month before I come over here, I ended up getting 2 speeding fines. Going through towns, going a little bit fast. And I also got I had my phone just sitting on my lap. It wasn't turned on or anything, it was just on my lap. And they got me for my phone on my lap. So by the time I get back, I would have accumulated 10 points on my license, and I've only got 12. So one more fine and there goes my license. Yeah, exactly. They're the ones I'm talking about. Hi, Runaway. How are you, mate? They got the overhead cameras, I think we've only got like 2 in Adelaide. And I just happened to go under it while my phone was on my lap. I don't even know why my phone was on my lap, because it wasn't turned on or anything. Usually it's up on the dash. I must have done something prior. But I got busted, so I paid the fine. I get the points. I lose my license. Not much I can do about it. No worries, Barry. Best wishes, mate. Yeah, hope you get everything sorted out. Yeah, they will. Like, they'll book you for anything. I don't know exactly where the camera is. I know roughly where it is, but I don't know exactly where it is. Even if if you got a top pocket and your phone's in your top pocket, they will still bust you for that. I'll have to go for a ride after and go and get something to eat. Go and get some milk for my coffee. So I don't know when John's getting back. John's in the village at the moment, putting all the stuff in his house. Yeah, well, I've got a different car now. Like my other car had Bluetooth to the stereo. This car that I've got now doesn't. So I must have had it on my phone talking to someone while it was on my leg on loudspeaker. Nah, Thailand's not for me, mate. Philippines is my place. It's just easier to talk to people in the Philippines. Like, as I said, ordering a coffee, I mean, it's easy now because I go to the same place to have coffee every day, and I just walk in and say caramel coffee, and they know what I want. But the first time we went in there, even though we had a Thai person with us who spoke very little English, it still took 10 minutes to organise a fucking coffee. Yes, Mustafa, the Anzacs are in Gallipoli. Exactly, mate. No, I'm not. John is, not me. I'm already humble. Yeah, they do. I've never been. The only countries I've ever been to is Thailand now, Philippines, the US, and Australia. Other than stopping at Kuala Lumpur or Singapore on my way over, yeah, I've never been anywhere else. I've really only started travelling a lot over the last 2 years, but most of that's been to the Philippines. Yeah, well, you got to be humble, mate. You know, smile more and stay humble. That's what I say. Don't let anything bring you down. It's no point. No point worrying about shit you can't control. Just move on with your life and do what you need to do. That's all I say. Right, well, there was one guy that come on here. I did a live yesterday. It's quite funny actually. He come on and he goes, "Are you black?" Yeah, I do want to go there one day, Mustafa, because my grandfather was part of the Anzacs. So, but yeah. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, guy come on here yesterday, and he's going, "Are you black?" And I went, "Do I look black?" And then I said, "Does it even matter if I'm black?" I said, "It doesn't matter what colour, what race, what religion, what sexual orientation you are. We're all fucking human. And the sooner the people of the world realise that we're all the fucking same, just different colours, different races, whatever, the world would be a better fucking place." Yeah, exactly. You can't see me unless I smile. Yeah, exactly. I think he's just being an idiot, but I didn't even bother, like, I didn't block him or anything, because what's the point? I've had some people come on here and say some ridiculous shit, but doesn't affect me at all. Yeah, I will one day. I definitely will one day. Exactly. Just trolling. As I said, you can't do much about them. I remember one day I had like 5 trolls and I just blocked them. And then they come back with a different name and all of that. And it's like, yeah, fuck it. When they comment, it gives me comments. So I have a lot more comments. So that's why I just said, to say whatever you want. I don't care. It's more comments for me. Because they've all got to sit in their little mummy's basement and got no life, so they troll people. It is. I mean, I'm 55 and I've had a lot of money over the years, but because I'm stupid, I never bought a house. And then when I went to build a house with my ex-wife, we ended up fucking separating. So, and even though I paid all the deposit for the house and land, she got half of it when we separated anyway. So it was fucking no point. No worries, Mustafa. See you next time. Thanks for coming, mate. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially on these things. Like, there's a lot of weirdos. Like, I've got a lot of female friends in the Philippines who are, early 20s. Even a couple of them are in their teens, like 18, 19. And they get all the fucking weirdos saying, stand up and do all of this and do all of that. Or show us your feet or bend over and shit like that. It's like fucking annoying. I never bought a house. We we were going to build a house. We had, I think this was like nine years ago. The house and land was, I think, under 400,000. So, there. And I paid 5,000. No, what was it? I think it was about 7,000 deposit for the land, and I think it was about 2,000 deposit for the house plans. So when we separated, we cancelled the house plans, but they wouldn't give us the deposit back for that. And then they gave us the deposit back for the land, but I only got half of it because she got the other half. Yeah, a lot cheaper before Albo. Yeah, I couldn't get a house now because I'm too fucking old. I already tried. I tried once. I went to one place and they said, because of your age, and I've only got like fucking 10 years of fucking work left, they won't give you a house loan. See, the thing that gets me right is it always bothers me that you can pay rent for someone $450, $500 a week, but they won't give you a loan because you can't prove that you could pay it back for less than $500 a week. So go figure that one. Yeah, well, when I moved into my house back in, when was it? 2019, I believe, just before COVID, I moved into like a rental house, and I stayed there for 5 years. And when we moved in, it was a 3-bedroom house, and it was $340 a week. And then within 5 years, it went up to $600 a week. It's fucking ridiculous. And like people your age, with you growing up, like, if the government doesn't change, people your age are going to find it hard to get a house, find it hard to save and all of that just to get a house. Because there's so much bullshit. That's why I'm voting Pauline Hanson, because we've got to get rid of these fucking Labor liberal shit. And like, I'm not one for politics, but one thing that I really agree with Pauline Hanson is the mass immigration. We have too many people in the country and not enough housing for the country. Yeah, exactly, but it all depends if Pauline gets into the lower, like if she gets into the lower house, so she can become Prime Minister. But yeah, this mass immigration that Albo is bringing all these people in from overseas. Yeah, exactly. Build more fucking houses, but they're not. They'll go and take the money from the government and use it on some other fucking stupid idea. Yeah, they need to stop it. And deport all of these little shits that are going around with the machetes and stuff like that. Or robbing places. You get caught, you get sent back to your own country. Regardless. Don't put them in jail, just send them back to their own country, because if they go to jail, we've got to pay for their fucking time in jail as well. Just put them on a plane and send them fucking home. Yeah, we do have to deal with the consequences. Yeah, but if they're like, see, part of it is, if they're in this country, if they're not in this country, but if they're in Australia and they're working, it's not an issue. But they come into Australia and they don't work. They go on the dole. How you going, Daniel? No, I try not to listen to the idiot. I've said from day one, when Albo started with his campaign, I always said that Albo is Australia's version of Joe Biden, because he's fucking useless. That's good, bud. Yeah, I'm good. Only one day here left in the countryside, then going back to Bangkok tomorrow, and then flying to the Philippines. So you'll see me on live in the Philippines next week. Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me. Even with the death tax, the tax they're putting on people's fucking inheritance, which is fucking bullshit. If we stop paying him so much money, Australia might be alright. Stop paying all the fucking politicians. Exactly. We are one nation. Yeah. But this is just a lot of bad times over the past few years. It'll come good again. It'll get better. We just got to get rid of Albo to make it better. That's all. Yeah, exactly. Howard and Hawke were pretty good. I mean, I didn't like Howard much, but he was good. Was that people on me? It's crazy. Doesn't matter, Daniel. I'm happy with the people that come into my live. I mean, I get the occasional idiot, but you know, it's always the good ones that stay. Yeah, well, you'll see me As I said, next week I'll be hanging with B, Kim, and Beng. Yeah, well, as I said, man, you can't do anything about it. Like we as the people cannot do anything about it. It all comes. Well, we can do something about it. It's called voting, but you've got to vote, and you've got to have the majority of the vote. And Pauline Hanson, at this stage, has the majority of the vote. It's just that she's not in the running to be Prime Minister if she doesn't get in the lower house or the upper house, whatever it is, whatever the one. If she gets into that, then yeah. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. I think after 30 years, I think people are starting to understand what she's saying and how she says it. Like it's not so much racist as they say. Like back in the day, it was always, "Oh, you're racist, you're racist." But she's not. She's just looking out for the country. Like the mass immigration, even the Liberals are saying about mass immigration is out of control. It is. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she loves the country. I love the country. But I don't want to live in the country because it sucks right now. Where are you, Daniel? What city are you living in? I know you told me, I just forgot. I'm old age, mate. Oh, fuck no. I don't want to deal with that shit. I fucking hate being around people. I don't have the brain, bruh. That's why I drive a truck. And I don't look good in a suit. I've only ever been in a suit once, and that was John's wedding back in the day. Yeah, I was trying to understand some of it. Vegas. Oh, I didn't say I was stupid, bro. I just said I drive a truck. I'm not stupid because I make a lot of money driving a truck, looking out a fucking window. You know? I just don't have the brains for fucking political shit. Yeah, Daniel. Well, I'm not driving currently because I'm in Thailand, but yeah. In about 5 weeks I'll be back on the job, I hope. When you do it for 30 years, man, it just sort of becomes second nature. Fuck off. No way. Ding a 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 ding. Got my turban. Ding a ding a ding a ding. No, I want to be a truckie in the US, mate. I don't want to drive anywhere but the US. Hey, complimentary turban. Yeah, run them all down, Vegas. Don't give a fuck. You get in my road, I'm gonna fucking run you off the road. Can you imagine me in the US, Vegas? Haha. Seriously, if I could get a job, you know, like 6 months out of the year, just driving in the US during their summertime, I'd fucking love to do that. I tried, you know, 25 years ago to go to the US to drive trucks, but I didn't have the money back then. It was going to cost me about 20 grand. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I've been to the US. I've been to LA, Vegas, and just driving from LA to Vegas was a fucking awesome drive. We were in a Dodge Challenger, me and John, fucking tearing down the freeway. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. When I went with my son last year, I had a plan to do a road trip from Los Angeles to Arizona, Vegas, Utah for 3 weeks. But my son being having ADHD and autism, he didn't want to leave the motel room, so we just went for a week and then took an early flight home. No, it's only 10 k's, 10 mile an hour maximum over, well, 5 to 10 mile an hour. If you're doing 10 mile, follow with all other traffic, I think it's okay, but they will pull you over. But it's only in California. California have 55 mile an hour, I think it is. Where a lot of the other places have 65, 70 mile an hour. Better off asking Vegas that. Vegas is more in tune with that since he lives there. Nah, they are. Yeah, exactly. Most freeways in Los Angeles is 55 mile an hour. Yeah. I mean, not everyone sits on 55, obviously. They sit on like fucking 65, 70, but they're... Yeah, you wouldn't want to do it during fucking winter. Fuck that. Too cold. Yeah. Like a lot of the north of north of America is beautiful during springtime. Yeah, Daniel, they do, but I mean it's a lot. It's the same with a lot of countries, but I mean you look at our own country. You look at their like they're shit. You can't. Can you tell me you're happy, Daniel, living in Australia? Yeah. Well, you're one of the many few, Daniel, who's happy living in Australia. Because I'm not. I mean, I live there, but I'm not happy living there at the moment. Not with all the bullshit going on, but we'll see. See what happens next year. Hopefully, it all changes and we start living our lives again. But enough about politics. I fucking hate talking about politics. Debatable, bruh. Australia is a good country. I'll give you that. It is a great country. But it's not the best country. I have to say, because I've been to the US, I've been to the Philippines. Other than Philippines being like a third world, classed as a third world country, Philippines is a lot nicer than Australia at the moment. Yeah, my roots are there in Australia too, but you know. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. If I could live anywhere in the world, I wouldn't be living in Australia. But because my son is in Australia and he's only 14, I can't do anything or move anywhere to any other country until my son is old enough to fend for himself. Because he lives with me full time, he doesn't live with his mother. Once you travel, mate, once you start traveling, you'll see the beauty of the rest of the world. Like, it took me 45 years to travel overseas. I didn't travel anywhere until I was 45, 46, and that's when I went to the US. And then when I went to the Philippines, I was like, man, this place is awesome. So I've been back to the Philippines 7 times within the last year and a half. Oh, you in Elizabeth East, Daniel? I didn't realise you were in Elizabeth East. I thought you were living in Melbourne or something. Exactly. Because, I mean, by the time I retire, I'm going to be, what, 65, 67? I'm going to be fucking sore. Yeah, me and John are from South Australia, Adelaide. Yeah, we live at Gawler. Exactly, mate. That's like the last since I've been here. Yeah, it's not too bad. But since I've been here in Thailand, I haven't stopped. Um, like we've been flat out every day. And just the last 2 days, it's like John goes, "Oh, you coming out to the village?" Because they stay out there from morning till like 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, nah, I just want to relax. And then he says to me this morning, he goes, "Are you coming out today?" And I said, "No." Nah. I said, "I'm doing the washing, doing my washing for the Philippines." And I said, "No, I'm just going to relax today." That's why I've been able to do a live yesterday and a live today, because I haven't really done anything. But I tell you, bro, that here in this village or this little town, being one of the only foreigners here, all the girls look at you. You're like a fucking celebrity. We're talking about Elizabeth Shopping Centre, Daniel. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I'll walk through a store, like John's somewhere else, and we halfway from Bangkok to here, we stopped at this Robinson's Mall, and I just walked in to use the toilet, and it was like fucking celebrity status. Everyone's oh, foreigner, Falang. It's so funny. So Daniel, you're gonna have to yeah, one at a time, exactly. Um, Next week, you're gonna have to keep an eye on. Well, you go on Filipina B, Kimmy, and Bang's lives, don't you? Because I'm gonna catch up with those girls in Manila. I'm gonna take them out for dinner. No, actually, bro, that's not. It's not too bad here. Like Bangkok, maybe, but out here in the village, it's peaceful. You know, like I walked into one shop there. I think it was our first day here, first or second day here. I walked into a place called Mr. DIY, and I was trying to talk to this girl behind the counter asking something. And she's going, very broken English, she's going, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Australia." And she yells out, "I'm a single mum." It's like, she's open for offers. Yeah, they are just loving people. It's just, it's just hard to communicate with them. Like, if you could communicate better with them, it would be a lot easier. Yeah, I've been to Cebu, Daniel. I've only ever flown into Cebu and then got the ferry from Cebu to Bohol. I haven't actually spent time in Cebu. I spent time in Manila the first time I ever went there. I spent 10 days. Oh, no, 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 no. Their language is so fucking hard. Like, it's taken me a year and a half just to get some of the Filipino language. And that's a lot easier than fucking Thai language, because they've got different languages for where they live. So out here where we are, which is called Isan, they've got a different language here than they do in Bangkok. So you could say something in their language here in Isan, and it could mean a totally different thing in Bangkok. Yeah, well, that's the good thing about the Philippines, Daniel, is that they do speak English very well. Yeah, the province, yeah. I mean, it's a big town, but yes, just like a province. Oh, I'll have to go get some dinner soon. Fucking hungry. Haven't eaten today. Yeah, I mean, it's the same in the Philippines as well. Philippines, if you're from the north, you speak Tagalog. If you're from the south, you speak Cebuano. I think that's how they say it. Yeah, if they taught English as a language here in Thailand, more people would be able to speak it. It is a mindfuck, really, but you don't in the Philippines, you don't have to speak their language because they speak English. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I think tomorrow, what's the time there now, bruh? Where are you? It's 4:30 here. I think you're about 3 hours in front. So if it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock there where you are. Yeah, 7:30. Yep. So tomorrow, I don't know exactly what time we're leaving, but it's going to take 7 hours from here back to Bangkok. So I'm hoping we leave maybe 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So I'll probably do a live on the way back, and I'll have John with me. So we'll probably do a live on the way back to show you some of the road, show you what it's like if you want to get on. It'll be probably about early afternoon. Well, I'm gonna head off now and go and grab something to eat. Probably have a nap. The good thing about being peaceful out here is I can just go lay down and just doze off for 20 minutes, an hour. Nah, you're good, man. I haven't been on, like, seriously. I got on yesterday for an hour and a half while I was sitting here as well, and because my service hasn't been very good here, I really haven't got on any lives. I've just been doing some videos, little short videos, and putting them online. So yeah. Well, that motorcycle, that goes to John's sister-in-law's house, which is about 5 minutes from here. That's where it stays until he comes back next year. Alright guys, I'll chat to you tomorrow if you're on. Thanks for coming and chatting. It's not bad. Like, it's some days it's alright. Some days, like at the moment, it's a little bit sore, but that's only because I've just been sitting here and I haven't been doing anything. But yesterday it was pretty good. Riding the bike, it's okay. But yeah, no, it's getting better. As I said, there's another at least 5 weeks before I can even go back to work. So see what happens. Alright, boys, I'll see you next time. See you tomorrow, maybe. Be good. Stay safe. Peace out. Always, man. Bye.